From the very start, Ali encourages you to think of your law practice not as a traditional practice, but you're a business owner, and making those mental shifts of things that I didn't learn in law school. I took business law that had nothing to do with being a business owner, getting good guidance about what that means and what that looks like. And then also the best places to use sort of your time and talent, to use your energy. So getting guidance on that from the very start was super helpful for me in knowing how to think about being a business owner and what a law practice would look like for me and how did I make that work. So those things in the very beginning were so helpful to me because I wasn't a business owner before. I didn't know how to look at my practice like that. The other thing that I thought was super helpful is when I was in law school, we learn about estate planning, we have these concepts, but because I was a 30-year-old when I went to law school, my thoughts were always, well, okay, that's fine. I understand this piece of the law. How do I actually do it? Because I'm not learning anything of how do I actually do this? What does it take? So in the program, we got some drafting options of how we would draft the documents and what does a drafted document look like and what should it contain? And what are the best protective provisions in the document and how do I learn this stuff? And so that piece was so helpful to me because it kind of made all those years of school come together. And Ali gave recommendations about which type of software to use. And the software I went with was super helpful to me because then I could actually get in and I could learn more about the law because I could see how it fit and I could piece, all of these pieces came together. And so just having sort of that direction, I don't even know if in law school I could have asked my teacher, how do I do it? Some of them weren't even practicing attorneys, and I don't think they knew how to do what I was asking, which was, how do I get all of this onto a piece of paper? And, how I don't understand it. So the program to me was, okay, now this is how we would do this. This is a practical step. And like I said, that drafting piece for me made all of that just feel like click. It was like on fire. Okay, this is so exciting. It's the law, and I'm putting it together. And it's working and it will work. And if something happens, the document has power in it because it was done correctly. And so I would say those two things, the business ownership part for me, and then the drafting piece, just those practical, how do I get from point A to point B? Along that same line of how to practically apply the law, the support in the program is awesome because there were things I had questions about, how do I fund a trust? How do I file a deed? How do I get someone's property in the trust? How do I do these things? Same idea, how do I get this law, the law onto paper? And so there was always a lot of mentorship from other attorneys, from the NLBM attorney mentors. And so that was really helpful because I didn't know how to do those things. And so I was able to learn those things or at least get on the right path. Here's who you can contact. Here's a good software provider, all of that. So those are the two big things for me. I mean, along with many others, but that I can think of initially that just were worth their weight in gold for me as a starting solo practitioner to say, okay, this is how I think about business and this is how I'll actually go about doing the work day to day.